Thanos may be the mad titan, but he's got nothing on this guy. Forget Thanos, forget Joker. DC has a villain so powerful, so inevitable, that he makes every other threat look like child's play. His name is Darkseid. And today, we're diving into why Darkseid is DC's true endgame boss. Born as Uxas, one of the new gods on Apocalypse, Darkseid was destined for greatness. But greatness, as they say, is a heavy crown to bear. And Uxas didn't rise to the throne through blood, sweat, and tears. No, he did it the old-fashioned way, betraying his own family. That's right. Talk about a family reunion gone wrong. You see, Uxas had a father, one of the most powerful beings in the cosmos, the High Father's opposite number on Apocalypse, ruler of the fiery hellscape. But instead of paying tribute to his pops, Uxas turned coat, and with the help of Granny Goodness and her female furies, he took over Apocalypse, changed his name to Darkseid, and declared himself the true god of this insane world. And why Darkseid? Well, because that's how he wanted to be known across the universe, a being of pure domination. It's all about the name, baby. But that's not all. No. Darkseid isn't just a villain. He's a god, and gods don't ask. They take. You want to talk about power? This guy literally reshaped his face to resemble a god. When Darkseid looks at you, you better kneel, because if you don't, well, you might just find yourself erased from existence, my friend. But enough about his looks. Let's delve into his philosophy, shall we? What does this big bad think he's running for? Well, simple. Total control. Darkseid believes that free will is an illusion and that everyone should be under his thumb, including you and me. I mean, hey, who doesn't love a good headlock? Not me, I'm afraid. So yeah, Darkseid's all about that mental domination. And his ultimate weapon of choice, the anti-life equation. This ain't no kumbaya session. Oh, no. The anti-life equation is a set of coordinates that supposedly allows one to dictate the actions of any living being. In other words, it's a universal mind control device that removes free will entirely. Darkseid doesn't want to destroy you. He wants to own you, body, mind, and soul. And trust me, you don't want to end up on the wrong side of this cosmic equation. Now let's talk powers and abilities. This guy's got more than a few tricks up his sleeve. First off, those iconic Omega beams blasting out of his eyes. These beams are unstoppable, and they can erase you from existence. I mean, talk about a powerful optic nerve. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Darkseid possesses superhuman strength and is almost invulnerable. He's also a genius strategist, a master of both science and sorcery. And get this, he's immortal. Darkseid doesn't die. He just returns like a bad penny, so trying to defeat him once might work, but it's nearly impossible to keep him down for good. If Thanos snaps his fingers, Darkseid just stares and reality bends. That's the kind of power we're dealing with here. He is the reason why DC created a crisis on Infinite Earths to reset continuity and has made the multiverse nearly implode more times than we can count. Darkseid has tried to destroy the universe multiple times. Why? Because he loves seeing mortals struggle, especially the human race. He sees us as the perfect species to rule over because we have free will and emotions that he could easily control or destroy. That's why Darkseid's greatest battles aren't against other gods or titans. No, his ultimate enemy is the Justice League, specifically Earth's heroes. He's nearly conquered our planet more times than we can count. Even Superman, the big blue boy scout, struggles against Darkseid. I mean, Superman has defeated Darkseid, but it's usually a close call, requiring every hero in the DC universe to help. In the comics, Darkseid has even defeated entire teams single-handedly, leaving Superman and company battered and broken. Whenever Darkseid arrives, it isn't a fight, it's survival. Now why do the heroes keep coming back? Well, because that's just their style. But for us viewers, it keeps things interesting. We know that no matter how powerful Darkseid becomes, the heroes will stand against him. And that's what makes these battles so epic. It's not about winning or losing. It's about standing up for what's right, even when the odds are stacked against you. When it comes to villains, Darkseid is the real MVP. He's managed to stay relevant and terrifying for decades. And there's no sign of slowing down anytime soon. In fact, some say he's only getting started. Why? Because Darkseid represents the ultimate fear of humanity, the loss of freedom. He's the conqueror who doesn't just take your world, he takes your will. To DC heroes, Darkseid isn't just a villain, he's the end of hope. He's the ultimate obstacle, the final boss of the DC universe. And he's always waiting in the shadows, ready to strike when the time is right. But hold up, because we know what you're thinking. What about Thanos? This purple potato has been causing trouble in the Marvel universe for years. And he's taken out half of all life in the universe twice now. So how does Darkseid compare? Well, let's break it down. Thanos is driven by his obsession with death, his desire to balance the universe, and his need to impress Mistress Death. He's also got a thing for the Infinity Stones, which grant their user godlike powers. Darkseid, on the other hand, is a new god who doesn't need stones or fancy gizmos to feel powerful. He's all about domination and control, and his main squeeze is the anti-life equation, which allows him to control the minds of others. Now, when it comes to strength, both Thanos and Darkseid are pretty evenly matched. Thanos has held his own against the Avengers, and Darkseid has led the Apocalyptian army to victory many times. But if we're talking raw power, Thanos might have the edge. He's got the Infinity Stones on his side, and we all know how powerful those babies can be. But if we take away the stones, then it's anyone's guess. So who's stronger, Thanos or Darkseid? Well, that depends on who you ask. There's no clear winner, and fans have been debating this for years. Personally, though, I'm gonna give the edge to Darkseid. Sure, Thanos might have more flashy powers thanks to the Infinity Stones, but Darkseid's Omega Beams are pretty darn unstoppable. Plus, he's a god. I mean, come on! So when people ask who is DC's true endgame boss, the answer has always been Darkseid, the god of tyranny, the bringer of anti-life, the villain who doesn't just end stories, he ends choice itself. So if you ever find yourself facing off against Darkseid, better hope you have a plan, because this guy won't go down without a fight. But what do you think? If Darkseid stood face to face with Thanos, who would walk away? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more epic content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.